नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तमलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। भगवद्गीता अध्याय 3 श्लोक 32। ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तः नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढास्तान् विद्धि नष्टान चेतसः। भगवान taught the Karma Yoga as a means for moksha for an ajnani, and then he says the people who follow this teaching of Karma Yoga in due course of time, they will attain Chitta Shuddhi and be free from Punya Papa. Means they will get moksha. The previous verse talked about the benefit of Karma Yoga, the result of Karma Yoga. Now, in this verse, Bhagavan is saying the loss, what one loses by not performing Karma Yoga. Ye tu Vailakshanya, unlike the ones mentioned in the previous shloka. Ye etat me matam abhyasuyantaha. Etat me matam abhyasuyantaha. Abhyasuyantaha, finding fault, finding fallacy in the teaching of Bhagavan, in Karma Yoga. Arjuna, Bhagavan says, performance of Karma Yoga will lead to moksha. They find fault in it. Why I should do karma for Ishvara? What will it give me? Instead, let me do karma for my own sake. So, abhyasuyantaha, finding fault in the teaching of Bhagavan. Me matam na anutishtanti. They do not follow the vision of Bhagavan. They do not abide by the teaching of Bhagavan. Tan सर्वज्ञान विमूढ़ान नष्टान अचेतसः विद्धि. तान अचेतसः, they are अचेतसः, means avivekinah. They don't have viveka, what is right for them and what is not right for them, what is good for them and what is not good for them. They don't know. Vivek avivekinah. Sarvajnana vimudhan. They are deluded in terms of all understandings. Sarvajnana. In all understandings, they are deluded. Whether it is vyavaharika jnana or whether it is paramarthika jnana, in both they are deluded. Definitely they have not understood Brahman. They are ajnanis. So brahmajnane vimudhaha. Even in terms of karma jnana, they are vimudhaha. What karma they should perform, even in terms of that, they are vimudhaha. Therefore, sarvajnana vimudhan. Nashtan viddhi. They are nashtaha, lost ones. Spiritually lost. They are losers in terms of spirituality. ये तु तद्विपरीताः एतत् मे मम मतम् अभ्यसूयन्तः निन्दन्तः न अनुतिष्ठन्ति न अनुवर्तन्ते सर्वेषु ज्ञानेषु विविधं मूढाः ते सर्वज्ञानविमूढाः तान् विद्धि नष्टान् नाशं गतान् अचेतसः अविवेकिनः. ये तु means तद्विपरीताः, पूर्वोक्त विपरीताः, opposite of the ones described before. Etat me mama matam. This vision of mine, this teaching of mine, the teaching of Karma Yoga. Abhyasuyantaha, nindantaha, criticizing. So there are various forms of criticisms against Karma Yoga. First of all, Varnashrama Vyavastha is criticized by the modern people because they don't understand the significance of Varnashrama Vyavastha. They try to understand Varnashrama Vyavastha from a feudalistic lens, from a Eurocentric perspective, and then they understand it differently. Then they criticize. The Varnashrama Vyavastha is devoid of equality. It is discriminatory. so many criticism. Then Bhagavad Gita is particularly criticized because people think it encourages violence. Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight. Tasmad yudhyasva bharata. It is another criticism of Bhagavad Gita. So, Krishna is not unaware of it. He is going to be criticized by many people. Bhagavad Gita is going to be criticized by many people. He is aware of it. Therefore, abhyasuyantaha means nindantaha, criticizing the message of Bhagavad Gita. Na anutishtanti, na anuvartante, they will not follow. Sarveshu jnaneshu vividham mudhahate. Sarvajnana vimudhaha. Sarveshu jnaneshu. In all understandings. All understandings of karma as well as the goal of karma. What karma I should do and what I should attain by means of karma. In all such understandings, they are vimudhaha, they are deluded. Vividham mudhaha, variously deluded. Deluded in many ways. Te sarvajnana vimudhaha. Tan vidhi nashtan. Nashtan is equal to nasham gatan. They are lost ones. Spiritually degraded ones. Downtrodden ones. Achetasaha. Avivekinaha. They are avivekis. Sambandha for the next shloka. Kasmat punah karanat tvadiyam matam nanutishtanti paradharman anutishtanti swadharmancha na anuvartante tvat pratikulaha kathanna bibhyati tvat chasanatikkramadoshat tatraha. So many people do not perform their swadharma. Instead, take to either adharma or paradharma. Some people do adharma and some people do paradharma. Paradharma means it is dharma for the other person, but it is not dharma for you. Then it is adharma, it is as good as adharma. For example, a grihastha lives like a sannyasi. He does not earn money, he does not support his family, he does not do his responsibilities. Instead, he sits in meditation all the day. All day he is meditating. And he asks his wife for bhiksha. You give me bhiksha, I will meditate. It is a paradharma for a grihastha. Such a lifestyle is desirable for a sannyasi. A sannyasi sits somewhere and meditates. He is not earning money. He is not active. And he is studying and meditating, contemplating, and he is living on bhiksha. That kind of a lifestyle is swadharma for a sannyasi, but it is paradharma for a grihastha. He is not doing what he is supposed to do, not taking his, not working for his, to fulfill his responsibilities. When his wife and other relatives have to take care of his family and himself also, they have to give him bhiksha. It is paradharma for a grihastha. And the swadharma of a grihastha is paradharma for a sannyasi. Sannyasi starts a business. It is paradharma. He may be a good businessman, but it is paradharma for him. So paradharma is as good as adharma, because when you are taking to paradharma, you are not doing what you are supposed to do. Swadharma parityaga is done. And swadharma parityaga will have its dosha. Therefore, taking to paradharma is as good as adharma, according to Krishna. So, now Arjuna is asking, as though asking a question, why people take to paradharma, why people give up swadharma? Bhashyakara is raising the question. Kasmat punah karanat. We have read this. Kasmat punah karanat tvadiyam matam na anutishtanti manavaha. Kasmat karanat. Because of what reason? Punaha. Again, already one reason is given. Abhyasuyantaha. Nindantaha. Criticizing Bhagavan's vision. But even for criticism, there has to be some reason. Tvadiyam matam na anutishtanti. They do not follow Bhagavan's teaching, which involves performance of swadharma. Paradharman anutishtanti. But they take to paradharma. Paradharma anusthana. People do paradharma anusthana. Swadharmam chana anuvartante. And swadharma they do not perform. Tvadiyam matam na anutishtanti swadharmam na anuvartante. So, following Bhagavan's teaching involves following swadharma, performing swadharma. They don't do that. Paradharmam anutishtanti. but they perform paradharma. Tvat pratikulaha, and such people are tvat pratikulaha. They contradict you, they transgress you, your teaching. They are adverse to you. Katham na vibhyati tvachasanatikkramadoshat. Tvachasanatikkramadoshat. They will have a dosha of tvachasana atikrama, transgressing Ishvara's shasanam, transgressing Ishvara's command. It is a dosha. It is papa. Katham na bibhyati. Why are they not afraid of it? Why are they not afraid of transgressing Bhagavan's shasanam, transgressing Bhagavan's command? Tatraha, tatra, tatra prashne uttaram aha. The answer to this question is being given in the following shloka. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakriter jnanavanapi prakritin yanti bhutani nigrahah king karishyati. So, this is a very important shloka, but it should be understood properly. This shloka as well as following shloka, they talk about the domain of free will, where the free will works and where the free will does not work. We have to understand clearly. There is something called Prakriti. Krishna talks about something called Prakriti. Here Prakriti does not mean Maya, not that Prakriti, not the Prakriti as the cause of the universe. Here Prakriti or Swabhava refers to samskara. There are various words: Prakriti, Swabhava, samskara, vasana, all mean same. Samskara, the samskara that one has. What is samskara? Samskara is the impression of what we have done in the past. All our actions, all our thoughts, all our desires, all the desires that we cherish, everything creates a samskara in our mind, an impression in our mind. In fact, it shapes up our mind. Our mind is shaped up based on various samskaras, various impressions that we gather through all our experiences, all our thoughts, etc. And these samskaras are responsible for our personality, all our temperament, our tendencies, desires, likes and dislikes. Everything is determined by our samskara. Our taste, our likes and dislikes are determined by the samskara. What desire one has, what ability one has, it is also determined by the samskara. Now, this samskara cannot be deleted, cannot be erased. It is there. It has been accumulated by us. You cannot erase the samskara. And when the samskara gets activated, even that is not in our hands. It can get activated any time. Any particular samskara can get activated in a moment, and it can produce a particular type of desire. Any samskara can get triggered at any moment, and it can produce a particular type of emotion. Maybe anger, maybe desire. All the impulses, all the emotions that we have are caused by samskara. The ragadvesha that we have, when I should have a particular type of desire, when I should have a particular type of dvesha, dislike, it is determined by my samskara. And we cannot do anything as far as the samskara is concerned. If I like a particular thing, the liking is because of a samskara. Now you cannot tell me you delete that samskara, erase that samskara so that you will stop liking it. It doesn't happen. It cannot be done. Because I am devised in such a way, I am programmed in such a way that I like it. You like a particular type of food. You like particular type of people. You like particular action. All these are there. So we have so many likes and dislikes. And the likes and dislikes determine our personality, our temperament. It is all samskara, determined by samskara, prakriti. And we cannot erase the prakriti. We cannot erase the samskara. So, samskara as well as its manifestation in a given point of time. It is not the domain of free will. That is what Krishna is trying to say in this shloka. Then what is the domain of free will? Where can we have a choice? Where can we exercise our individual effort? The individual effort is called Purushakara or Purusha Prayatna. Where can we exercise our Purushakara? Should we allow everything to happen as it happens? And should we follow our likes and dislikes without thinking? Krishna will say no. You cannot change your likes and dislikes because it is determined by your samskara. But whether you should act according to your likes and dislikes or whether you should act according to dharma and adharma, that is where your free will is. You don't have to follow your likes and dislikes. Despite having a particular liking, you can restrain your liking. Despite having a particular temptation, you can restrain your temperament and act according to dharma. Act with the viveka. That is the domain of Purushakara. So this shloka is saying where Purushakara does not work. And the following shloka says where is the domain of Purushartha, Purushakara. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha prakritir jnanavanapi prakritim yanti bhutani nigrahah king karishyati jnanavan api. Even a jnanavan, even a viveki, whether he is a viveki or aviveki, both have their samskaras. Therefore, both jnani and both viveki and aviveki. Here, jnanavan, we should not understand atma jnani. A viveki, one who has studied the shastra and he has got the viveka up to certain extent. What is right and what is wrong, he has the viveka. Even such a person, swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham cheshtate, even he acts according to his prakriti. Prakritehe sadrisham, in keeping with his prakriti. Cheshtate, functions. Means whether he is a jnani or whether he is an ajnani, they are not free from samskaras. And their likes and dislikes, their personality, their temperament is determined by the samskara. To that extent, everyone functions according to their prakriti. What one should like, what one should hate, is decided by the prakriti. Prakritim yanti bhutani. Bhutani, the beings. Prakritim yanti, they follow the prakriti. They are governed by the Prakriti. Nigraha kim karishyati. Nigraha, restraint of the Prakriti. Kim karishyati, what will it do? It is akshepa. Kim is akshepa. Nigraha is not possible. Restraint of the Prakriti is not possible. You cannot erase the samskara, or you cannot block the samskara. The samskara will be there, and it will manifest also. And according to one's samskara, one will keep getting desires, hatred, likes, dislikes, etc. It cannot be changed, it cannot be blocked. Sadrisham anurupam cheshtate cheshtam karoti tasya swasyaha swakiyayaha prakritehe. Sadrisham means anurupam, in keeping with. Cheshtate means cheshtam karoti, functions. Kasya sadrisham, in keeping with what? In accordance with what? Swasyaha swakiyayaha prakritehe sadrisham. Swasyaha means swakiyayaha, one's own. Prakritehe sadrisham, in accordance with one's own prakriti. Prakritir nama purvakrita dharma dharmadi samskaraha vartamana janmadau abhivyaktaha prakritihi. Prakritir nama, what is prakriti? Prakriti is purvakrita dharma dharmadi samskaraha. The samskara accumulated by dharma, adharma, etc., which is performed before, mostly in the previous janmas. Purvakrita, previously done. Dharma, adharma, adi. Dharma, adharma, etc. So, dharma means shastriya karma. Performance of a shastriya karma produces a punya. In addition to punya, it will enhance one's shastriya samskara also. It produces punya. Suppose you go to temple in the morning, you chant Rudrabhisheka. So it produces punya. But in addition to the punya, it produces some kind of shastriya samskara. The samskara, the habit of going to the temple is inculcated if you do it repeatedly. In one day you cannot see the samskara, but when it is done repeatedly, it becomes a habit. You have the practice. That is samskara. It produces an impression. The collection of the impressions form it a habit. All habits are nothing but these samskaras. Then you don't find it difficult to wake up in the morning and attend Rudrabhisheka if you do it regularly. Not only you don't find it difficult, you like doing it also. Everyone who does it regularly know this. So it is a Shastriya samskara. Then there is Ashastriya samskara, the adharma. Repeated adharma makes it a habit of doing adharma. Like one who tells lies. For such people, telling lies is easy because they repeatedly tell lies. For them, it doesn't matter. Habitual liars. Even without any reason, they will tell lies. Ashastriya samskara is there. It has been cultivated. So even without any serious reason, they have the tendency to tell lies. So it becomes a tendency. The tendency is samskara. So telling lies will produce papa. In addition to the papa, it produces the samskara, the ashastriya samskara. So, dharma and adharma both produce their samskara. Adi, Anandagiri says, jnana, ichha, etc. Jnana, all thoughts, upasana, and even shavana, shastradhyayana. Even such things will produce a samskara. That is why some people find it connect easily with the Shastra. Why? They have done it in the past janma. Purva janmani. So they get attracted to it easily and they study easily, they connect easily also. Because of their samskara. And some people learn music easily. Even a 2-year-old, 3-year-old kid is able to recognize the raga. How? Samskara. It is also a jnana. The exposure to certain thing produces samskara. Then ichha, all the desires that you cherish in your life, also produces samskara. So every moment in life, we are accumulating samskaras. We are acting according to our samskara. And we are accumulating and enhancing the samskara also. So there is a whole mechanism of samskara. All the habits we have is our samskara. So life is governed by samskara up to large extent. Our personalities are formed because of our samskara. And our urge to act in a particular way, our desire to act in a particular way, and our ability to do a particular thing, even that is samskara. One cannot change the samskara and one cannot erase the samskara. It is our swabhava. That is why it is called swabhava. It is natural to you. It is your personality. The swabhava cannot be altered, but it can be channelized into the dharma. In fact, that is the basis of swadharma. Swadharma, performance of swadharma involves channelizing one's prakriti, one's swabhava in the direction of dharma. Purvakrita dharma dharmadi samskaraha vartamana janmadau abhivyaktaha, and it manifests in the beginning, right in the beginning of vartamana janma. Major part of samskara, major part of prakriti manifests from early childhood. Vartamana janma adau, in the beginning of vartamana janma. From early childhood, one's personality manifests. What one likes, what one dislikes, what temperament one has, everything manifests. Where did he get it? From the previous janma. Vartamana janmadau abhivyaktaha. It is prakriti. Tasyaha sadrisham eva sarvo jantuhu jnanavanapi cheshtate kim punaha murkhaha tasyaha sadrisham eva tasyaha anurupam eva. In accordance with one's prakriti, sarvo jantuhu, every individual, jnanavan api, even a viveki, cheshtate, functions. Kim punaha murkhaha, then what about murkha? Even a viveki has to function according to his samskara, according to his personality. Even a viveki has to function. So, if the viveki has a particular type of personality, he will have to function accordingly. He has the nature of a kshatriya, then he will do the work of a kshatriya. He wants to fight, he wants to defend his country. He has the desire to do it and also the ability, the physical as well as mental ability to do it. It's all samskar. Then he cannot say, I will become something else. It's not possible. Because his samskara is such, it has determined the shape of his personality. Tasmat prakritim yanti अनुगच्छन्ति भूतानि प्राणिनः तस्मात् therefore प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि. Bhutani means praninaha, the individuals. Prakritim yanti. Yanti means anugachanti. They follow the prakriti. Nigrahaha, nishedharupaha, kim karishyati, mama va, अन्यस्य वा निग्रह किं करिष्यति. निग्रह मीन्स निषेध रूपः, नेगेशन. किं करिष्यति, what can it do? The prakriti cannot be negated. It cannot be erased. It cannot be blocked. Mamava anyasyava. Mama means Ishwarasya. Even Bhagavan cannot stop the Prakriti because it is produced by oneself. It is very much there and it cannot be blocked or erased by Bhagavan also. Anyasyava. And nobody else also blocked the Prakriti. So there is no software to delete the Prakriti. So Prakriti is not the domain of free will. But how to channelize the Prakriti? Whether to channelize it in the direction of dharma or whether to channelize it in the direction of adharma, allow it to flow freely into the direction of adharma, it is in our hands. And that is the domain of Purushakara. And it will be told in next sloka. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.